Well. Are we out
Hi!
of vests and we're just wearing winter coats now? Is that what's going on?
Look, I'm just trying to stay alive out here. I'm sorry, it's cold.
I love it though.
It's a sweatshirt technically, I think.
Yeah,
But
I like it.
All
meanwhile,
right.
Melanie's out in Dallas,
sporty.
freezing weather with her shoulders out. Are you trying to
I
die?
gotta
Are you
have
trying
the
to get
shoulders
hypothermia?
out. I paid a lot of money for this tattoo.
Right. Yeah, that's how you operate. You gotta, people need
Yeah.
to see it, and that's part of the tattoo game. How's everyone holding up? How's weather in Texas?
It's really cold, freezing, but I got to use my Jeep's four-wheel drive.
Ooh.
So I feel great. I'm really glad I got that Jeep, because if I would have tried to make that drive in my little Honda Fit I had before, I think it would have been a struggle. So
Yeah, it might have been.
my
Yeah.
Jeep has been field tested and she
Aw.
passed.
I feel like it gets its like badge or something like they do with Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, you know?
Yeah, I need my Jeep winter trek badge.
You need a snowflake rubber ducky or something like that, to
Yes.
commemorate the moment. Lots of interesting news coming out. A little bit of entertainment news to talk about. There is the, quite frankly, the humiliating Star Trek Academy or Starfleet Academy came out, and it's basically like a fat lesbians like wank fest. It's not good.
Oh
And,
dear. What
Sounds
is
deeply
it with
unpleasant.
like the gay space stuff? Why is it such a theme? Gay space but there's actually like a board game or a tabletop game called like Lesbians in Space or something like that.
What?
And then you've got
That's a
the
good
Star
spot for
Wars
'em.
stuff, the Star Trek stuff. This, for some reason, there's something about space being gay.
Why?
Yeah, I don't.
What did
I
space
was
do to anyone?
wondering.
Just catching a stray there.
I know.
We're sexualizing space.
I don't know if I was hoping, with you girls here, you guys have better vision than I do. So
Okay.
I was trying. So there was some ICE agents last night at a hotel, and they were enjoying some beers on the third floor while looking down at all the protesters. And I can't really make this out. I don't know if one of you girls could let me know what's going on in this picture here. I'm not totally sure. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. I couldn't really see, but I see he flips them off here.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Spontaneous yoga, I think. They're just stretching, getting ready for another day of work.
Yoga.
I do enjoy I like his flip off reminds me, remember that like famous viral clip where like there's two people across the street from the other and the guy's like, yeah, and they're like flipping each other off back and forth over and over again. He really winds up. He really winds up for that bird. I'm not sure. It looks like must be some yoga, some different. I mean, I'm not sure what the astrological things was, but it could have been a full moon that night in Minneapolis. I do enjoy the boys having a little bit of fun at the expense of the protesters.
Love it.
You got to think like at this point, just go home. Like if you've been kind of watching each night, there's fewer and fewer of them out there. And really the only people left are like the ones who this is their whole identity. Like,
Exactly.
I've got to get my, my Instagram picture of myself at.
They had to move on to something else from the Queers for Palestine stuff died down. This is their new thing.
Yeah, this is their new thing. This is their entire personality. I saw this
It's really
clip.
cold. I mean, like it's funny to see how much the weather tests the commitment here. They're like,
It's not
been here
that
a couple
cold.
times."
It's not that cold for a Midwesterner.
Really?
Right.
I mean, it's cold, but it's like, I mean, you're
Maybe
out,
that's even
you're
funnier
out
yet.
east, but for me, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, other Midwesterners, but like, to me, there's effectively no difference between 10 degrees and 30 below. are like, you know,
I
15,
kind of
20
agree.
degrees. It's,
Well,
it's
30
just fucking
below is a
cold.
lot though. But yeah, I agree. I grew up in upstate New York, so
Yeah, it's just
cold is
it's cold as cold. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, there's definitely a difference between 30 and 10, which is
Right.
kind of funny. Like when it's 30 out and it's been 10, you're like, dang, it's
Right.
balmy out
You're
here.
like, wow,
But yeah,
summer.
if it's 10, if it's 20 below, it just feels exactly the same. Your nose boogers freeze, your beard freezes. It's just cold. And you know, and also in Minneapolis, downtown in these cities too, one thing that, you know, it's warmer in the city because you don't have that kind of uncut wind coming through. So you lose a lot of the wind chill in the cities. I'm not saying it's 50 degrees out there, but you know, if it's 10, it's the same as minus 10. They're out there.
Right.
They've got all their winter gear on. They're fine. They're going inside the local restaurants to warm up.
I don't know, man. I think that they're like, again, it's kind of cold.
Well, that could
Even
be
if
why
they're used to it, they're like, I just, I think I'll sit tonight out. That's why the numbers are dropping.
that could be too.
They're
I don't
not
know
so
if
committed to this passion.
I don't know if you saw this too, but apparently Starbucks is taking Bible Pay now. I don't know if you knew this,
Bible
Melanie.
Pay.
Did you
Melanie,
know this?
you have a new sponsor?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I need one.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew this, but they are taking Bible Pay.
What is
Where's your phone?
Oh yeah, no, it's Bible Pay. let me give you a tip. $5. Come on.
Oh, okay. You know what?
It worked.
Did it work? What?
I shouldn't have doubted you.
You know what? It's not about doubting me. Thing is, you never doubt God. You know why? Because Jesus paid it all. Hey, glory! He paid it. Yes, he did. Hey, did Jesus pay it all? You know he did.
Yeah.
You know he did.
It's not.
Spread the word.
It's not my way. It's Yahweh. It's Yahweh. Come on, thank you so much. He paid it. God bless you in
Love
Jesus'
it.
name.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, that
Yeah.
was so wholesome.
Yeah, I always save the wholesome videos for Astrocast. I assume he just puts like a QR underneath the
Right.
No,
like,
Jeremy, why are you
whatever.
doubting the Lord?
Hey, I'm gonna take my Bible, but I just won't be buying any coffee from Starbucks. That's all.
Well, not all of us have our own coffee companies, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So shout out to the wholesome content.
she was so smiling. I could tell it brightened up her day.
It did. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
felt
the
bad for her in
lady,
the beginning because she's like, please, I just work at Starbucks. I just want to
Yeah.
keep this
there's
line
50
moving.
cars. Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, brother, there's 50 cars behind you. We already have to deal with these idiots that are like, oh, I want to pay it forward. What's the car behind me ordered? Just pay for your coffee and go.
We're like, I want to pay with my airplane miles. How do I do that?
Yeah.
Kosher?
I remember that was a thing, and I was like, it's just a pain in the ass. It's like Kohl's Cash. Somebody pays for your coffee, and they're like, well, great. Now next time I have to go, I have to pay it forward for the next guy.
Right.
And then it's like, well, wait, what did they order? They ordered 7 lattes. Damn it. No, it's like $70. It's we take Bible Pay here. Absolutely. If you can get the scanner to take it. Big fan of Bible Pay. I also had this other interesting there's a couple of interesting videos I wanted to share. It sounds like that heater is blasting in one of your rooms. Who's running the heat, the fan?
Oh, it might be me. Hold on, I can.
You don't
close
have to
my
turn it
door.
off. You don't freeze.
Okay.
We can't cover up the tattoo.
Okay.
Moments ago, there's another apparently Border Patrol shooting in Arizona. Great. I'm assuming we're going to get more information during the show, so maybe we'll Caroline Levitt circle back to this. But
Okay.
That's Jen Psaki. Whoa.
yeah,
slander.
Psaki. Sorry. They're all these like
They all
witty
probably
women
have their
are-
own version
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. 50 something people died under Obama's ICE enforcement. It's totally. Oh, I had this story for Melanie. It's not as uplifting.
Oh, I like to
did-
rage too. It's all good.
Okay, well, you're gonna
Oh,
like this
Melanie,
one.
You're the nicest one on the stream. Come on.
No. This one I saved. By the way, this is from the Signal Group's Zoom call after their riots. They all come together for these
Zen expert?
Zen expert. Yeah, let's maybe we can try this, folks.
Okay.
Ways of moving that can be very helpful if you're involved in something very stressful. One would be like a shaking. So if you might be like, oh, my body would just like to, and just shake it off. So you don't have to do that if that's not what your body is calling you.
That's what these ICE protesters, their Signal group is doing each night after the insurrection. That's not a joke.
Shaking exercises.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not a meme. It's 100% true.
You can
I
see the
had
crossover
this-
between like these people and oversized companies that kind of do nothing that are like,
Yes.
well, everyone gets a wellness day. We're going to bring in someone to help us meditate, or we offer beer on Fridays. Like, just kind of weird benefits that I would rather you just pay me more kind of thing.
That's some pretty girl the boss is banging whose entire job is just setting up bullshit like that.
Yeah.
We had one of those when I worked at the last company. She was like this secondary HR person. She was definitely sleeping with somebody higher up at the company. And she would always put up on all this bullshit. And the boss would be like, Jeremy, you're not going to this. Why aren't you going to this? It sets a bad example. I'm like, listen, player, I know why you hired her. I'm not, look, I got a job to do.
Like, I came to work, not to group meditate.
I never attended any of it. And then when I finally was going to quit, he's like, well, why are you quitting? I'm like, well, you're not like, I took us from 8 million to 38 million in 3 years. Like, I want ownership share in the company. And he's like, but you don't participate in any other leadership stuff. And it's all that bullshit.
You're like, again, I made you a bunch of money. That's how I did that.
I'm like, you hired me to make money. I don't give a shit about putting your ducks in Eagle School or whatever bullshit this woman you hired is wasting my time with an hour, 2 hours every 3 days with. I don't go to those meetings. I make money. And ultimately it did hold me back. Like, but you know,
crazy.
Yeah, it was funny that he was like, well, I can't make you a C-level person because you wear ripped jeans and you don't go to any of the leadership summits. And I'm like, the leadership summit is some fucking 25-year-old girl just out of college who's never had a real job in her life.
Exactly.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Next time you make your wife mad, instead of saying, calm down, just tell her, start shaking. Just shake.
Well, she does shake when I make her really mad too. But this, you might have noticed this was not covered anywhere in the mainstream media. And you let me know if you can figure out perhaps why. This happened yesterday morning, I believe.
Pierce County deputies say the victim told officers that the suspect asked what religion he was, and when he said he was a Christian, the suspect reportedly stabbed him and his dog. Both were taken to hospitals in serious condition.
Any guess on the religion of the stabber?
Oh, no
Take
way
your time.
it was Muslim. It couldn't have been
Christian.
Muslim. It had
Let's
to be
not-
all
yeah.
right Christian, of course.
Yeah, let's not jump to conclusions here. Yeah, and he stabbed his dog too.
And deputies
what
say
if his dog was protecting him?
Wow.
Yeah, this other video has. I'm not going to show it. There's footage that exists of the dog trying to protect him. I don't know if chat can tell me if the dog survived or not. When I
I
covered
would
this
like
story,
to know stat chat if you have any information.
Yeah, we
on
need
that.
to know this.
yeah, this happened in Washington, not the UK and not Afghanistan, coincidentally.
Well, it probably was a Washington man who carried out the attack. You notice they always say that?
Mhm.
They're like, definitely from here person.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
Washington man, totally.
Right, Washington man, violent Muslim
The
in a
dog was a
sanctuary
Christian
state.
too. Exactly.
Yeah, the dog caught a stray. I know the dog. I covered it on my second channel, but I think it was kind of unavoidable to use. I went pretty hard on banning all Muslims from this country. So I think maybe the censors didn't really like it. I mean, I covered it on my second channel on Rumble too. It did better there. But yeah, not a lot of interest in Muslims randomly stabbing Christians. By the way, fun fact. Now, I know we shouldn't have to live this way. Okay.
I feel like
It's
you're
just
about to
like
tell
in
us something really
Ghostbusters.
depressing.
All right. It's just like in Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Do y'all
no.
remember? I'm sure Hannah Claire remembers this. When the Ghostbusters are on the roof and they're fighting Gozer. And Gozer comes out in the form of a hot chick wearing a leotard. And she asks them, "Are you a god?" And then when they say no, she blasts them with like lightning. And then Dan Aykroyd, or I think Venkman goes, "When someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. If a brown man ever asks you if you're Muslim, or just say yes. Or if they ask you, what religion you are, just say Muslim. It's
No.
probably going to protect your life."
No, look what the Bible says, right? Look at like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Whenever they were supposed to like kneel to their gods, right? And they stood up and said, "No, like we're not going to do that. We will die for this." And so then they got thrown in a furnace, and God protected them. And
All right, fine. I'm just trying to make a
Thou shalt
joke.
have no other prophet before me,
Yes.
Jeremy.
Do not.
Yeah. I guess if he
like,
kills you anyway, you don't want your last act to be renouncing
Right,
religion.
even if he doesn't, you don't want to renounce Christ. You don't want to do that. I mean,
Especially if you're on the doorstep of heaven here. Like, you want to just grab that card and ride it all the way to the top. You know
Better
what I'm
to
saying?
die for Christ than to denounce him. That's for sure.
I think, both people were receiving medical care, so I don't know. The guy that stabbed him is dead.
Oh,
The
okay.
So that's
stabber
good.
is dead?
Did the cops
stabber's
get
dead.
him?
The
Because
cops
of the
got him.
dog?
No,
The
the
cop-
cops cornered him later, and
Okay.
he ran at him with his knives, and
I really want to know what's going on with this dog, man.
I think that
mean-
somebody in chat said the dog was okay.
Yeah, I when I reported on it yesterday, the dog was in emergency surgery.
Okay.
But I don't know. Let me see if someone chat said the cat. So dog said, well, somebody lives in Washington. Someone knows. Oh, Ernie Hudson said that. Yeah, I got to rewatch that movie. It was just a joke, guys. I wasn't saying to truly denounce Christ.
He
all
was
right?
no-
to
Joking, it's
Christianity.
okay.
So he was just seeing where the boundaries are. And
It
Melanie
was-
said,
He
absolutely
just
not.
started
Yeah.
going to church a few months ago. He's getting good.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
Melanie
fine.
fucking third railed me. I was like going off a little bit, and then was like, "Bzzz, okay, all right, no, don't even make jokes about
Perhaps
it."
the loophole for safety. And she and I
Yeah.
are like, no.
I've got like the water spray, like with the cats. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So I have a segment here. I've got two segments that I kind of wanted to do during today's show. This one I want to start here at what time are we at on the show here, so I can clip this and I use it to promote the show. I don't know why the time. Oh, it's all okay. 22:57. Okay, I will just call it 23. So this came out just a few moments ago. I do think it definitely changes the narrative. I don't think it changes the narrative for people who have already chosen a side. But let me put it this way. So if you're watching this later, this is just a segment from our daily live stream, which is at 2 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Thursday. You can find us on Rumble and all other sites, but Rumble's the home where I'd prefer you watch, but all the links will be in the description below. We're at 2 Eastern, Monday through Thursday, and 1 Eastern on Fridays. So Alex Pretti, the man that received new air conditioning holes on Saturday, was actually known to the feds and had a rib broken in an attack against ICE agents, or at least in an anti-ICE protest just a week before. I think we also know his final signal messages are coming out, and he was very clearly stalking ICE. He was not just like a good boy who didn't do anything wrong, who didn't have, any kind of, we also saw the media Photoshop give him a glam up on his photo that they released.
Yeah.
The media is really sad. Yeah, the media is really sad that he's not black. So they're trying everything they can.
You know it.
They're trying to say, oh, he was a good boy who didn't do anything wrong. Well, it seems like he had made at least a hobby of following around these ICE agents, getting involved. Now, we don't know how he got his rib broken.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about, because it's like, okay, clearly he's sustained an injury before, and it's sad that he didn't learn from that. And
yeah,
yeah,
This
not
says-
making
But,
this
like,
mistake.
is
he
one of
did.
the agents
sustaining the
left him.
injury- Sorry,
Well,
go
so
ahead.
let me clear. Let me. Yeah, we do know how he was hurt. So let me say that.
Okay, okay.
Pretti claimed that one of the agents, ICE agents there, had left him with a broken rib, leaning on his back. The friend told CNN, well, he said he had a broken rib. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
That day, he thought he was going to die, the source said, adding that Pretti had been released by agents at the scene. So he had already had kind of an aggressive physical altercation with ICE agents
Right.
just a week before, and he went right back out and did it again. I just... Are we going to continue to pretend like this guy was just an innocent bystander?
Right.
You know, they're releasing, oh, he liked to hike. He worked at the VA. It sounds like he was a radicalized lunatic that was spending every waking free moment chasing ICE around. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, and that's a sad thing about all of these people who are hopping on TikTok and stuff, especially a lot of these like liberal white women who are on there encouraging people to do these kinds of things, and then people are dying as a result. They're being emboldened by this extreme ideologies. They're really brainwashing a lot of people into these movements, and that are against the interests of the American people, or against the interests of women and children, right? And our safety, and this is what's happening, and it's sad.
Does it remind you at all of like thrill-seeking behavior? Like,
Yes.
if this quote is
Ooh.
right, he thought he was going to die. I mean, then you thought you were going to die, so then you went back out to another protest and continued to try and instigate physical altercations with federal agents. I mean, how much different is this than the guy who just climbed that tower in Taiwan, like free climbed it, you know? Which
Well, they
what?
always end up, they're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah.
The people get their adrenaline from you know, a different, you know, a different sources. Even in chat, this is probably a great name for it from Ultra Chase. It's morality LARPing.
Yeah.
Like they're out there, they really convince themselves they're the ones in the right. They're the ones that are, you know, out there fighting the good fight. They get a high from it. They go on social media. They get a dopamine hit from, you know, all their fellow LARPers telling them how stunning and brave they were. This guy probably told his broken rib story to countless obese, brightly colored haired women. It is a lifestyle not dissimilar from, you know, free climbing or, you know, I don't know what other, I'm not really an adrenaline junkie, skydiving, or, you know, it seems like the people that get hooked on this, their ends are kind of the same, isn't it? They end up pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and then they finally die doing what
Right.
they loved.
Right.
His parents, I listened to an interview with Pretti's parents who were saying, you know, he was so concerned about what's happening to other people. And, you know, like they're mourning, they've lost a child. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
very difficult to
Yeah.
process. But it doesn't seem like from his behaviors, it doesn't seem like it was about helping people who were in need. He wanted to have confrontations with ICE. I mean, he's a nurse, right? He has some medical training. Wouldn't this be something like you go
I
door to
believe
door
the
and
technical
offer?
term is MRSE.
You know, I don't want to assume anyone's
Umber.
gender, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's a carrier of MRSA. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But like, you have a specialty skill. Minneapolis is full of ways trying to help illegal people avoid detection from ICE. Why? I guess I can't totally understand the logic being like, my calling is to consistently confront ICE officers over and over and over again. If you were really worried about people, wouldn't you try and like find something in your specific skill set, or do something, I don't know, that
Right.
doesn't make you fear for your life? It makes it seem like it's kind of about the protester. They want their
Right.
face to be there.
For
They
sure.
want to feel like they are getting that rush.
Yeah.
Well,
And
why
it's-
not donate? Why not donate your time and offer free healthcare then to illegals? Or,
Right.
you know, or
Like, it's
you
not
can
his
go.
only option. It's not like you have to confront ICE officers or nothing. There's tons of things going on in Minneapolis. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but if this was your cause, like there's a ton of stuff you could be doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
think
is-
that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just seems like the left strategies have been to play on people's emotions and get them emotionally invested in their causes, even when they're illogical. And so we're seeing that happening with these ICE protests right now. A lot of people are worked up emotionally and they're not using logic to see what's going on and why we need ICE agents in the first place. I mean, we've already demonstratedly had many convicted criminals, including, of the SA variety of illegal criminals that have been detained by ICE. And so people instead are like, oh, well, but there's still people who aren't criminals who are here and they're still here. This is why we need the protocols. I mean, just simple common sense and using our brains instead of just reacting on emotion all the time, because our emotions are not always right. A lot of times they're not right. So it's just like, instead of just emotional reactions, let's look at the facts. If you have regulations in place for immigration, then that can help with weeding out bringing in criminals and violent people. When you don't have regulations in place, then we're going to have more violent criminals. So it's not to punish the law-abiding good people. If they're law-abiding, then they will come here legally.
It's really, yes, I agree with that. And to add to Hannah Claire's point too, they are not doing many of these, not all of them. Many of the people who are out there are probably just out there thinking they're fighting the good cause. These are the grannies that are, former hippies that are out there. They think they're fighting the good fight. But let's not pretend that there aren't a significant amount of these people who are like doing this for their own selfish purposes. The reason that they film themselves at these events is not to protect themselves, like they might say. It's so that they can share with other people, and other people can tell them how stunning and brave they are. Yeah. The reason Hassan Piker flew out there and fake walked in a march and then flew right back home to LA is not because he really believed in the cause. It's like donating money and then making a huge deal about it. Like, I'm not saying that you can't, that's your right. But if you go around telling everybody how much money you donate or how much philanthropy you do, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. And a lot of these people, these guys and girls, are out there morality LARPing, as chat pointed out. They're grifting. They're they're turning it into a business, like we saw with that hippie farmer guy who raised $40,000-$50,000 on GoFundMe to go harass Christians. Like, it is a business. There are paid agitators that are there. The whole world of this kind of organized protesting is very financially warranted. Just like the black couple who said that they were just on the way home from their kids' basketball game. Oops, I mean, just on the way home from the grocery store. Oops, they were lying. They were participating in the riot. Oops, the woman had actually been charged for attempted murder before. I mean, and they raised $175,000. I don't know that fundraiser ever got taken away from them. So there is a real financial benefit to going out there and getting yourself hurt by ICE for financial reasons. I'm not saying that's what Alex Pretti was doing, but I'm saying, let's not pretend that each and every one of these people, it's just like every time one of these ghetto gangsters gets shot, and, within minutes, the parents have the picture of them in their graduation uniform out, not the 500 pictures of them on social media holding guns and bags of weed and all this other crap. It's all trying to brand it.
It seems like it is part of the culture of the community that maybe Pretti or these protesters at large are a part of. And it makes me think of, do you guys remember this story? There was like two lesbians who adopted a bunch of kids, and one of their kids went viral at a Black Lives Matter rally because he was like hugging a cop and it was a big deal and whatever. Turned out that they had moved states because they were both facing child abuse charges. And then ultimately the whole family mysteriously died after their car was driven off a cliff.
Including the kids.
Including all of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a horrible story. And at first it was like, wow, so sad. And then it was like, wait, the car never braked. Interesting. It seems like the children who had been recovered seemed to have some kind of sedative in their system. Like, they at one point were like, we have our big viral moment to become a fancy family. And it's not like whoever goes viral doesn't necessarily have perfect morality. That's true on the right as well.
Yes.
But in particular, it seems like leftists are willing to excuse some really serious red flags if the image is correct. If they look like they're just a poor
look
family
no further than Joseph Rosenberg. Do we need to bring up his rap sheet?
Oh, yes.
Let's not forget, Mark Ruffalo literally tweeted, "Rest in Rip JoJo."
Yep.
His nickname. JoJo, I'm not going to get graphic, but as far as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, had charges in his history of forcing himself on a child that might have been his stepson, or he was
I
big.
don't remember that far, but he did have.
He was not just like into the photos of the kids. He had done horrible crimes. And the left were like, well, Kyle Rittenhouse murdered him. I'm like, good. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and like, this is your hero? This one
this is the guy. Rip JoJo, huh, Mark Ruffalo? Okay, cool. You didn't bother, you know, they don't care at all. I remember him getting ruthlessly ratioed. I mean, it's like, you didn't look at your comments? You didn't bother to think like, okay, what about the other guy who got de-armed? Like, what about that guy? That guy also had some charges too, but obviously I don't think they were anything near as bad as like.
Can we pause to just look at how in love Melanie's cat is with her?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
What Melanie's cat is on the screen for is because you clearly did not get the open crucifix wardrobe notice today that was passed around.
Wow. You guys are leaving me out of the fashion chat? I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I also am not wearing black for like the first time in forever. I guess I'm Beyonce today.
Yeah, I guess.
so.
Yeah. So
the
I want to
cat's
get some viewer
leaving now.
messages. The Happy Plague Doctor says, if Sydney Sweeney did that, you'd condemn her. Moon somebody? I don't think that's
Depends on
got
context.
hurt.
I think it depends on context.
look, that I would condemn her because that's boy behavior.
It is. I
Girls
agree.
shouldn't be out like a
I
girl mooning
agree.
somebody isn't exactly the same thing. You want a
It's
big
not.
hairy ass. Like that's a guy thing. Ken, thank you for the super chat. DB Door says, back in my day as a cashier at Safeway, it was the old ladies with a stack of coupons digging around in her purse for a checkbook. Yeah, that's true. Nowadays, if I see somebody writing a check, I get irrationally angry. Unless they're an elderly person. If they're an elderly
Right.
person, fine. Pushup says, nice. Is Melanie mad? Is Melanie only a gamer rage? Is Melanie mad? Only a gamer rage persona. Melanie mad.
Oh, yeah, that's my alter ego, Melanie Mad. Whenever I'm grumpy, I'm Melanie Mad.
Somebody sent me a compilation of you raging during, I think, Dark Souls or maybe
Or
Elden Ring or something.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne.
There was much rage.
Yeah. Mitchell Ryan says, we have to stop blackpilling, you guys. Everything isn't perfect, but it's better than the alternative. I agree. That's why I try to pick some different, topics for today. Base Melanie, this guy's a martyr. Shout out Lime into Coconut. Over on Rumble, we've got also Cross Faith Harmony, Heart Family Murders, very sad and disturbing case when you see the details ripped to the 5 kids. That was them.
Yes.
Yeah. Steve Eisner says, released from the hospital after ongoing, the dog. After undergoing surgery in animal hospital for multiple stab wounds, the dog was released to continue recovery. Based.
Yay.
I will happily pay for that that dog's surgery if there's like a GoFundMe or something like that. I'll find a way to pay for that surgery. So if there's a GoFundMe, let me know. I think the owners were also homeless living in their car. Also, homeless living in their car still professed Christianity. Clearly I hope there's a GoFundMe going for those people. Let's find out if they're drug addicts first.
Yeah.
Because I accidentally did that for drug addicts and
Really?
I stopped it. I didn't pass the money. But I won't. Yeah. Chat remembers.
You're
I didn't
trying
know.
to be nice. It's hard.
I didn't know. Yeah. Mini Tonka for me says the riot took place in posh Maple Grove, not Little Mogadishu. Cops in the suburbs aren't told to stand down. I would have liked to see them show up faster. Yeah, they did arrest. Yeah, they arrested 10 people. They were not fucking around. That's why where I live, like we have county police. We don't have city cops out here. They don't fuck around. Like they take care of business. Local Wendigo says Muslims hate dogs because one would bark at Muhammad's secret gay lover. I don't know if it was a secret. I think it's in the. Yoki says sci-fi is a male-dominated genre, so bundle of sticks people feel need to infiltrate it and destroy it from within.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we could talk about that actually. McCloud says people have to learn. Conservatives are playing politics like it's college football. The left are playing it like it's a holy war. True. Sign of Jonah says the loons in Minneapolis should practice safe distancing, stay 6 feet away from ICE, CBP, stay home, wear 6 masks, give ICE 15 days to flatten the curve, and take another booster. That seems like good advice.
15 days to flatten the immigration curve.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's really funny.
Yeah, I would take that. Yeah. Steve Eisner says that's what works for Hannah Claire, not gross out fart jokes. It's immigration burns. Those make her laugh.
Look, I'm a niche personality. What can I say?
Steve also says, give it a few days. And I'm certain more weird shit will come out about Alex Pretti. He divorced 2 years ago and his ex-wife has not spoken to him since. That's correct. I did see his ex-wife kind of had like a, how do I put it? Like a kind of a non-statement. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not going to speculate, but if you ended things on good terms and your ex was murdered, I think you'd have a little more to say. I don't know. You know, marriage is weird. Divorce is weirder. But it is odd. You know, he got divorced and he's out here LARPing.
Yeah.
This is probably, I don't know if he had any kids or not. But I
think
100%
you would know by
agree.
now if he had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the headline. Yeah,
Shouted
that's
it
probably
everywhere.
true. Okay, so I had this other thing here I wanted to talk about. Where is this? All right. Let's see here. So speaking of kind of boys spaces and girls spaces, there's a new Star Trek. And look, Star Trek has been a disaster basically for 15 years, maybe longer. I mean, I still like watching old episodes of The Next Generation, but I mean, Picard was like a soy boy cuck. You know, I never really got into like Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine. I'm just a Next Generation guy. Used to watch it with my mom. Even the original episodes, they're a little campy for me now. They didn't age that well. Next Generation seems okay. Like when I watch episodes, but they released this show, Starfleet Academy, and it's essentially like exclusively for women. Like this is, you know, there's, you know, you have, this is a Jamaican character.
I feel seen.
Yeah. Everybody's fat. Everybody's obese. Here's a obese
That's
black
what I
woman.
remember from the Walker movie. That everyone
Another obese black woman. If I show, and by the way, it has now fallen out of the top 10 for Paramount behind episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. And they're spending $6 to $10 million per episode. And here's just a little clip of what you get. Now, the woman here is, of course, the commander. She's got to put on her boss bitch glasses to talk to yet another woman and another woman.
The Badlands, Captain. Subspace instability may be creeping in, and we're the first to chart it.
Oh.
This would make an
Whoa.
excellent practical study module for the Spatial Harmonics Lab, Captain. All right.
That's a
Well, let's
lesbian.
not total the ship on our first run.
The bad
Then she has that.
Why is
Let's
she
not
handing her
total
the
this-
glasses? Like her,
Then
she's
she
her
took the
assistant?
Yeah, the whole. I mean, we went from this to this. I just. We went from this. Yeah, this is always based. You know.
This is okay. They're messing up for just a multitude of ways. First of all, most women aren't into sci-fi stuff. It just is what it is. And the ones who are liked it how it was before. So they don't. So changing it to this is only going to push them away. And it's not going to bring many new women on board. And here's the thing. Even if you want to try to appeal to women, give them characters that they aspire to be like, who are really cool. You know, look at Ripley from Alien, right? She's awesome. Okay,
Sarah
so if
Connor.
you're gonna do stuff like that, so do things like that. But when you just put fat lesbians on there, nobody is aspiring to be any of these people or anything like that. They're not pleasant to look at. There is no benefit, and you're not even going to reach more women with this.
I totally agree with Melanie. There was not a single good-looking man there. I don't understand.
I know.
Well, all the men are like.
So
all
they're
the
just
men
only
are-
appealing to what, gay women? Like women who they
all
think
the
are
men
attracted to, I don't know
are
what?
racially ambiguous and like gay looking. There's very few like alpha males in the entire show.
They're probably
I'm gonna read this guy's tweet.
time.
What is this? Bile Holte on a Bill Holte, maybe Bill with a Y. He wrote this tweet that I want to give him a lot of credit for him. He wrote, "I'm just gonna say it. Starfleet Academy is Star Trek for women exclusively. Black women, white women, fat women, ugly women, stupid women, lesbian women, women, and everyone else on Earth who would never qualify to go into space. Starfleet Academy is how we're forcing them into the picture. But here's the one thing: Star Trek is a male franchise. It's a fan base of overwhelmingly men. It's not because the iconic characters are men. It's because women simply aren't interested in space stories, exploration, or hard sci-fi, which is what Melanie said. We see this like classic Trek inspire boys to become engineers, pilots, and scientists. This version inspires women to stay where they are or pretend to be men, and it's so very true. And you see this. So after 3 episodes, again, it is being beat out by reruns of SpongeBob, reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond. There's nothing out. Landman's number 1, obviously, right now. But like this show is a disaster. And it's like anybody with a brain could see why. They did this with Marvel, right? There was, look, I don't know what the percentages were, but I went to all the Marvel movies. There were girls there, and they weren't just girls with their boyfriends.
Right.
There were girls who were fans of Thor or of Marvel. But then some idiot came along and said, we need more women. And it's like, they don't want to accept that this just isn't like a woman thing. Like going through space and fighting aliens, it's just not really a woman thing. They say, but for some reason they don't go like, hey, we need more men to tune into our soap operas. They don't do that.
No,
but they do that with male properties. They did it to Star Wars, Star Trek. Marvel is basically a joke now. I remember there was a time when the jokes in Marvel were few and far between and you kind of appreciated them.
Yeah.
And when like Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of like the goofy one. And then they were like, oh, chicks like jokes. So then they made it a total, like there's nonstop jokes every 8 seconds and there's nothing serious about the movie. Like, isn't the entire galaxy about to be taken over? Yeah, but jokes. I mean, did you see Thor? He got nude. He did a flick and the flick was too hard and now he's nude. Ha 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 ha. Like, I don't understand. And then they lose both audiences, I guess, to complete my thought. Like, they lose the women that liked it the way it was, and then they lose the men, and then they're like, well, what happened? I mean, how did they not predict this by now?
That's the thing too, is they're not even like trying to reach regular women. They're trying to reach just the smallest niche of lesbian polyamorous.
Yes.
It's just like, all of the how they say, okay, all these people in polyamorous relationships, they look the same, right?
Yes,
they're usually
do.
And that's who they're trying to reach. Just the smallest niche of degenerate, like hedonistic, fat, like don't bathe. Like that's who they're trying to reach, and that's what the cast looks like. And I also want to know, like, how are they getting that much food in space? Like,
yeah, you'd think they'd be.
Oh, your bone shrink. You guys should watch the Wall-E movie. I'm telling you. They explain why people get fat in space.
Okay.
One of the jokes is that the fat girl ate her communication device. They literally, what do they call it? Com pin.
Okay, that's how they get fat then.
And like people are like, I didn't bring it up on screen because I had it. Yep, sure enough, pornography. Okay. I think it was Star Trek. It was like people were making fun. Yeah, I swallowed my comm badge, and it's like people were making fun of this, and then of course, the death wish of every show. The actors are coming out now and saying, "Oh, well, you guys just don't get it." Like they have this fat chick, and the joke is that she ate her comm badge.
Oh my god!
Is that how she got fat? Then I guess there's a lot of calories in those things. Very calorie dense.
Also, you have no self-control. I don't even know how you would
do that. I think I swallowed my comm badge. Like,
okay, the extra in the back, she's cute. Okay.
Well, she's got no lines guaranteed.
Melody's like, starring role, that girl. We can turn this around.
We can turn this around, guys.
Yeah. So now the show in episode 3 has already dropped out of the top 10. We know, like Melly and I have covered like pop culture for a long time. We know how this is going to go. So I'm going to say it now. Sorry, Star Trek, I didn't tune in. Like, sorry, a man didn't tune in. Because that's who they're going to blame.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to say, they're not going to blame the women for not tuning in. They're going to just say, we didn't ruin it enough. Like, women don't want this. Women don't want this. If there's a million shows of, you know, obese women dating men way out of their league. There are a million rom-coms. They don't need to put them in space. Just leave it the way it is. And they're like, and now there'll be, and I think the trailer has, or the first episode has like 81,000 dislikes on YouTube and 5,000 likes. Like,
wow.
It's, and the rumor is now that they've canceled it. And people are like, well, they had a 2-year contract. Well, they cancel shows all the time that are under contract, especially if they're spending $6 to $10 million per episode.
Oh, right.
It's like, if it's going, you know, even Chess, I watched the Picard series and was pissed they made 7 of 9 a lesbian. I had a crush on Jerry Ryan back in the day. Well, the Picard series was also about open borders, and we shouldn't discriminate against immigrants and all this other bull crap that, like, pretty sure they have borders in Starfleet. They talked about, oh, this is, you know, the Romulans area, or this is where these people live or that people live. It's
make it about space. Like, you know, you're not sophisticated enough to have a good political allegory. There are works of literature and art that do that well, but you know, these people who have the chunky lady eating pieces of metal, I don't think have the wherewithal to pull that off. So they should just they should double down on what's interesting about it, or what drew fans in the first place, which is like, it's another universe, it's another world with different problems, with other kinds of technologies, like the fantasy of it. Stop trying to root everything in the text of what's going on in American politics.
Yeah, the Romulan neutral zone. Yeah, there was even a neutral zone back then. Like, they had a demilitarized zone and like, there'll always be the people that will say, well, Star Trek was always political. It was like about a communist utopia. Okay, let's say it is.
Same crap with X-Men and stuff too.
Right. Yeah. Let's say it is. Then get good at writing, because I never noticed.
Exactly.
You know, like, okay, fine. Let's say you're right. Then maybe don't beat me over the head with it, because I'm not interested.
That's always their go-to thing with other comic books. Oh, but the X-Men. Oh, but this, that. Oh, but heavy metal music. All of this. It's like, not like this, okay? Not like this. Stop pretending like, oh, it's always been like this, how crazy woke ideology has gotten. It was not like that. And even when you look at X-Men, there's literally an episode where Wolverine goes to church and finds Jesus Christ. It's like, I don't want to hear it that X-Men was always woke. No, it wasn't.
No. And with that, remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern and 1 Eastern on Friday. So if you enjoyed the segment, go over and subscribe to our live stream channel, which is linked in the description. I do have some viewer messages and also some sponsors for today. Push Up says, dude, you really got to watch Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine. I'm open to it. But how badly did it age? You know, like, if it aged badly, it's going to be immersion. It'll be hard to, like, really get into it. Peggy Flanagan wrote, again, Hollywood will not produce shows for audiences, only propaganda. It goes back to ESG. Lose 10 million on a show no one watches, or lose your whole business in as a credit downgrade. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that definitely is a big part of it. And speaking of ESG, I definitely want to shout out Rumble Wallet, especially people who are using Rumble Wallet to tip the show. Look, they can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, lock you out from your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you. They control you. Look, Trump's suing over debanking right now, by the way. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You actually own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. It's real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can actually be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them using directly using Rumble Wallet, peer-to-peer, and outside the banking system. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. The wallet is yours forever. Wallet.rumble.com. Link is also in the description. And yeah, make sure you get Rumble Wallet. And, you know, it's my first crypto. It's my first gold. And I'm really liking it. And also a quick word from another sponsor here. To this video sponsor, Venice AI. Look, Sam Altman recently announced that ChatGPT can now reference all of your past conversations. Do you feel comfortable knowing that an AI platform has access to all of your thoughts, dreams, sensitive questions, business ideas, etc.? What are they even doing with it? All sorts of crazy stuff is going on. I mean, Alexa listens to us and recommends products based on our conversations. Meta retargets us based on our browsing and engagement history. Why do we assume that AI is going to be any different at all? That's why I always use Venice.ai. Venice.ai lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information. Venice AI has an open source AI model. It utilizes leading open source AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser. There are no downloads, no installation, nothing. It also has insane privacy and it's permissionless. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted, so your conversation history is only stored in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't need to give up our privacy to use it. The Venice Pro plan unlocks the full platform and features, including PDF uploads for summaries or insights, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, the ability to change how Venice interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. You can use Venice.ai for a whole bunch of different things. You can actually go down here. You can choose between text. You can have it do video. You can have it, well, let's just go to text and we'll take the GLM 4.6. Let's just ask it, you know, the famous questions. Chemicals are turning the frog state's popular conspiracy theory offer cited by Alex Jones. Research has shown that certain chemicals, such as atrazine, can interfere with this stuff. You can have all sorts of fun. What Venice does is lets you, you know, if you want to generate an image, you can say this and say, you know, a gay frog. If you're going to make the thumbnail, you can have, you know, I don't know what it's going to come up with, but you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. You know, you get good at writing the prompts, and well, it is a frog, and it is kind of colorful. You know, a frog wearing a pride flag. Let's see if that can get a little more specific. You're really unlimited, and you can do whatever you want, and it's not tracking it, which is good. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Exactly what I like to see. If you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off of the Pro plan using my link, venice.ai/quartering and code quartering. All right. Shout out to Venice AI. Thanks for that. A couple of viewer messages, and then I've got an interesting City Hall meeting to share with you guys. Bry Guy tipped using Rumble Wallet. Thank you so much, dude. Very cool. And I thought I saw another one. Yeah, Joshua says, they just accidentally solved the biggest problem in the world. Just send all these crazy bitches to outer space. I mean, yeah, I would say that's pretty good. The Swamp Cleaner says, in regards to what's happening in Minnesota, I think Trump is pulling a Lord Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo. If anyone is confused, look up what happened during that battle. Darkside said, remember when Victoria's Secret was inclusive and women stopped buying the lingerie? People don't want to see fat, ugly people, and specifically not fat alphabet tards. Yeah, I mean, they went back to the angels now. And, I mean, this is something that we've known since the 50s. Like, men like women like attractive men in ads better than unattractive men. And women also like attractive women in ads more than other women. There was never any financial data that actually supported putting fat tubelards in marketing. It just didn't. Maybe if you had a targeting,
trend for a while.
Yeah. Someone said, I love that they streamed the premiere episode of Starfleet Academy on YouTube and only got 1.3 thousand viewers. Neurotic live streamed a Spock action figure at the same time and got more watchers. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. You know, Neurotic, you know, he commands a pretty good live stream. Also, Peggy says, my guess is things like Amazon Lord of the Rings is an attempt to achieve profit through spectacle. to overcome the ESG before you ask. It's possible. I mean, boy, that show just completely, is anybody even watching that anymore?
I don't think so. It fell off so bad, people didn't even want to watch the YouTube videos dunking on it anymore.
Yeah, they stopped
So
watching them. They
boring.
stopped watching. I that was a good little cottage industry for a while.
Yeah.
Because like I remember like Disbrew would like there'd be people like immediately reacting to the full episode, and then even like people were like, they didn't even want to watch. They were like, even Batgirl made it to the end, where people would watch people dunking on it, and that just they never did. So we have this City Hall meeting about ICE happening. I haven't watched it yet. I saw the first. There is a bit of a jump scare here, so I just want to warn people.
Okay.
But here we go.
Went there to record because there's Nazis in our city, and if there's Nazis in our
I can do what I want.
I'm gonna be there to watch them.
What do you do?
The mayor, we've seen
I don't care.
how he's talked about
You take it easy.
this issue.
You guys see this?
We need to
The aggression?
that we're standing up to
True aggression.
The
This must be the
linebacker
first-
has
this must-
the blue-haired linebacker has entered
Oh,
the
man.
chat.
Yeah, yeah. This must be the first documented case. Everybody, make sure you know you
Yeah.
clip this. This is the first documented case of trans aggression.
other.
He came over and threatened
We need
me.
to take
Or
care of
it
each
came
other
over and
right
threatened
now.
me.
The mayor can't stand up for us. He
The
won't
cops,
stand
like-
up for us.
This police officer was like,
Oh, look
this
who's
is not why
talking.
I went through training.
Oh my, another troon.
You know
Oh
what's wild?
my.
Look at the people who are actually at the meeting. They're
Yeah.
all very normal-looking people.
Is that
In
guy
fact,
wearing a
this guy's wearing a
Freedom
Charlie
Charlie
Kirk
Kirk- yeah.
freedom shirt.
Yep, yep.
And then look at the people who are storming it.
Stand up for us. We have to stand up for us. So get to know your neighbors. Talk
Not a single.
You guys
here's
get
a
to know
woman
your
clapping.
neighbors. Oh my God, shut up. I hate when they do this. They're like, you need to be nicer than us and get to know us. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
they're
no.
assuming that everyone in the room is bigoted and racist and awful.
It's
Right.
like they had a normal like adult meeting, and then all of a sudden the Dragon Age the Veilguard creative characters walked in.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a, what they would call a direct action or whatever. Like there's a room full of normies, and then these dorks all came in after. That's why none of them are seated. They just
Exactly.
they just like
Well, they had
waddled
their
in.
dramatic entrance.
Yeah. This woman is wearing what appears to be a garbage bag as a dress.
Protect each other. Stop relying on these weak-boned people.
Is this dude wearing a cape?
Is he a mage? Like I'm trying to
Look,
figure
I
out all
love
their
capes.
classes.
I don't
He's
want
gonna be
them
like,
to co-op.
We've got
lightning
an orc.
bolt.
We've got the orc in blue. Okay.
Oh, yes.
And we,
Yeah, the orc is going to be tanking. Yeah.
then we've got the undead mage.
Yeah.
And then I can't tell what the striped hat thing is. We'll
Yeah, well, we're
figure
gonna have to
that
see. We need a rogue, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what that's what we got there.
They won't stand up for us.
It's another man. These are both men. Just so we're clear.
Take a look at everyone here, Mayor. The fact that we're here
You know she thinks
That's what he thinks he looks like.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Man.
100% he wears an outfit like that at home. I would bet any amount of money he's got a cosplay of Harley Quinn or something like that he wears.
I will take 30 seconds, I promise.
They're clearly here disrupting, by the way. They're not,
Take a look at this room. Take a look at the people in this room.
people are shushing.
Chances of one of those brown shirt thugs killing one of us for having the temerity to ask them what they're doing, or get disappeared in a van, or God knows what else. I want you to look at us.
It's actually 0%. The odds of you getting killed by ICE are actually 0%. There is no way ICE is going to look at this person and be like, "Oh, there's Frederico Jose Gonzalez." Yeah, they have this victim like fantasy where it's along the same lines as like these women that are addicted to like 50 Shades of Grey. They're like, "Oh, I am persecuted everywhere I go, and I just never. It's just so dangerous out there for me." And it's like, dude, ain't nobody give a shit about you. And that's why you dress and look the way you do, is because nobody cared about you before and they don't care about you now. And they all have this fantasy like, oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. I could go at any moment and get viciously killed by ice. No.
It's like, they just assume everything is about them. Like they are at the center of everybody's universe, you know? And that's kind of insane. I mean, it would be insane for anybody to do that. But coming in here and being like, you need to look at us and we could get snatched and you guys need to get to know your neighbors. Meanwhile, they're like coming in late disrespectfully to a community meeting, even though they're, you know, so into community. Like everything they're doing is trying to be hostile and also histrionic.
Yeah. Ain't nobody want to get to know you. Lyman to Coconut said, I just started Babylon 5. It's great so far. You should only have a problem if you can't handle janky special effects. The real pilot was a movie called Babylon 5, The Gathering. Watch it before episode 1. Okay. Dallas Braden says, Estrocast, Bestrocast. Melanie helped inspire me to read the Bible and open myself up to faith. Hannah Claire, I love the true crime content. Jeremy, keep up the good work. I was clearly an afterthought there. That's okay, though. That's okay.
They just can't compliment you for everything you do. You're the backbone of the show.
It's too much.
Yeah, people would be super chatting nonstop if it was just about everything I did. Yeah. Peggy says, by the way, Gemini says Trump is considering giving channels like yours press protection to get around attacks. Gemini says it is openly making on viewership. Oh, interesting. I'll take that. Herida says, is that thing real, not AI? It really does seem like something you get an achievement for finding and killing in Doom. Yeah, it's funny because the way it appears on camera, it's like you think they're going to sell you like, would you like to buy some of my exotic spices you need to compete the recipe for this World of Warcraft quest? It's like, watch. Back off, asshole.
For what? For filming? Don't you guys film everything?
This is hilarious.
Oh wait, yeah, and look at this room is full of normal people, and the three freaks are the one.
Oh,
nobody clap. Wait, did they clap for themselves?
Having the gall to question what they're doing for a community.
That's why I'm in a bulletproof vest right now. For my First Amendment.
Nobody clapped for them.
They've got a whole World of Warcraft arena team just walked in. Oh man.
Yeah. They thought this was a dungeon, but they raided the wrong room. They ended up in the tavern. Like this is oh my god. Come on, Ings it some. I'm not sure I mispronounced it. I'm sure it's a sex thing. Wife and I welcomed our baby girl over the weekend. My wife is a savage, all natural in our home, master bathtub. God bless. Shout out.
Also, are you in part of the country that's impacted by the snowstorm? Because that's even more insane to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, home birth is, you know, I'm pretty sure I have it on good authority that Hannah Claire used one of those blue plastic
about to come
pools.
out of your mouth?
Those blue plastic pools that have like the rubber duckies on them. They put that in their living room and they did a water birth in one of those. They got it for $15.99 at Walmart. Dude, on the way. Like she was already in labor. Sent her out to the plastic pool.
That kind of stolen valor, you know? Like if you're able to do a home birth unmedicated in a snowstorm or whatever, like
yeah, good for you.
I was scared.
Wow, is she of Viking descent? That is epic.
Yeah, that is cool. Like I'm just gonna poop out this baby and I gotta get back to making dinner.
I love it.
This other story I had that I wanted to get to. Yeah, oh my god, that dude is super ugly. I don't know if you guys have been noticing this trend on the left, but like Medicare professionals out here threatening the lives of, like, this is the woman that, you know, wished Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt hope that she suffers a severe 4th-degree tear during childbirth and has medical complications. Like, isn't kind of the Hippocratic oath about doing no harm?
Also, I thought you were empathetic. I thought you cared about women and other people. Like, except she's allowed to suffer. You want terrible things to happen to her.
Wow.
It's very weird. This guy said, well, I'm not going to do, I think we talked about it on the live show. He was like, I'm not going to do anesthesia on anybody who's mega.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
there was another woman yesterday who got caught putting out these TikToks or whatever, where she was telling people to literally poison ice. And I just think that it's a little bizarre. Now, this woman has now since been fired, the woman I was talking about. I don't want to spoil it. I did do a video on it later that I hope everyone still watches. But I just, why is there nobody there? I mean, there's literally nobody on the right doing this. I can't see.
Right.
Is there any videos of conservatives that are like, I'm not going to stitch up any libtards if they come into my surgery room?
No.
I don't think it exists.
No.
It is very wild. There's also, excuse me, this one Hannah Claire sent. Maybe Hannah Claire knows more about this one. This other nurse. She did get fired, by the way. And she
fired, and this is her response video, being like, "Fuck you guys! I'm allowed to do whatever I want. You guys." She starts talking about ICE like it's totally ridiculous.
Let me see if I can find the video. Here it is. All right. Let's see. You don't have to read this live. Ask Gemini about what Google does if you're on a moderate threat list. You're being downgraded and marked as low interest to advertising. Oh, that's why. I mean, we are survived by our viewers, super chats, and members on our website. I definitely, I can't talk about ad revenue because then somebody's going to make a 25-minute video being like, "Oh, the quarter he's broke. He's broke. His watch collection. His watches are worth more than my car. Oh." And then that'll do well. This will, of course, get turned into a clip for them too. So congrats, guys. I'm just gonna, I'll just claim revenue sharing to make them work for me.
Perfect.
I think that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't do that, but they're allowed to do all the fair use that they want.
So they just murdered a man in Minnesota.
She has the glasses.
Oh,
she has the same glasses, the problem glasses that the Starship captain has.
Yep, she does.
She's got her glasses and her Valentine's Day pajamas because she loves a theme.
Right. She loves love.
Minnesota, and you motherfuckers are coming after me because I use bad language. Fuck you. I'm on the right side of this. Fuck you.
Generally, people who are constantly proclaiming that they're on the right side of things are probably not on the right side of things.
Exactly.
Right.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just
also, it's like such a downplay. I use bad language. No, you're not in trouble for cursing. You're in trouble or being dragged online for wishing harm on a pregnant woman because you don't like her job or political takes. Can you imagine if Caroline Leavitt came out and did something similar to a pregnant Democrat or something?
Right.
Well, look what happened to Trump. When Trump came out and said that heinous shit about Rob Reiner, people were like, "Yo, no, dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like people, the left just does not have anybody on their side that will actually like say, "Yo, this is a little too far." Like, are we, that baby didn't vote. So I'm not really sure exactly what you like, why you would be like this. And this is her, I think, original one, right?
As a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Leavitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you fucking rip from bow to stern and never shit normally again, you cunt.
Why? Because she's the White House press secretary?
I mean,
what a crazy thing to do. Also, if you were, I don't know, a conservative woman in Boca Raton who was going into labor and delivery, would you be afraid this woman wasn't going to properly intervene to make sure that you didn't suffer those kinds of injuries? Like, how do we know this is only targeted at Caroline Leavitt?
Why is she at a Christian hospital? Baptist Health?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
What's she doing there?
I think I said this yesterday in a standalone video, but when my wife was going in for surgery, the last thing that somebody said to her was that I recognize your husband. And then right before she went into surgery, and she said that it was like terrifying.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like, that is maybe one of the worst things someone could have said to her, I think it was her anesthesiologist. I can't remember exactly.
Oh.
And she was like, what? And I'm like, oh shit. I'm assuming because we're in Wisconsin, we don't really have people that are that lunatic out there, but like it's like a real thing. These people are demonic. Now, she got fired back on January 23rd, so she got fired pretty quick for this.
Yeah.
There was
And then
another.
she made her update being like, "You guys are mad at me for saying bad words." It's like, way to rewrite history, team.
Yeah, this nurse just got fired too.
I thought of something good. I think it's something weird spot. Sabotage tactic, or at least scare tactic. All the medical providers, grab some syringes with needles on the end. Have them full of saline or succinylcholine. You know, whatever.
That other thing is a paralysis. I can't pronounce it.
Or whatever. Just assault people like a crazy psycho murderer.
Succinylcholine. Yeah.
Wow.
Just do that. And then this is not,
That will probably be a deterrent. Be safe.
Here she is at work filming videos.
Be safe, Melanie. Be safe.
Yeah, be safe.
Wow.
I vote. Anybody got any poison ivy, poison oak in their yard? Get some of that up with gloves, obviously. Get it in some water, like a gallon of water. Get the poison ivy oak water, and I'm gonna put it into a water gun. Aim for faces, hands.
This would be a massive crime. I don't know what kind of escalation it would be, because you're essentially having it's like a biological attack. She's advocating for people to spray ice with poison ivy water. And she also talks about go out on a date, lie and go on a date with them and then poison them.
You know, not without risk, but could help the cause for sure.
Oh, wait, this one here.
Would help the cause for sure, you psycho.
Yeah.
You know, not without risk, but could help the cause for sure. Get on Tinder, get on Hinge, find these guys. They're around. They're an ICE agent. Bring some X-Lax and put it in their drinks.
Oh my.
Get them sick.
Someone in the background went, "Oh my."
Yeah, that's a crime. All of these are horrible crimes.
These are premeditated crimes. I think this is one of the things that I like that captivates you about true crime, which is like a seemingly normal person is what one political news cycle away from being like, you know what we should do? Mass poison people.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, what's wild is like this lady. I mean, let's just, I know I'm being rational in a situation where there's no rationality really being applied here, but like she's telling people, let's just say any one of these things she's suggesting, okay? You know, go on a date with an ICE agent and give him X-Lax. What if he's allergic to that and he dies?
Right.
Spray people with poison ivy. What if they're allergic to that and they die, or they get it in their mouth and throat and they can't breathe? There's a kid that went to school that had poison ivy in his mouth, and he had to put like this. Like any one of these things goes wrong, worse than she thinks. He give them diarrhea. What if they have some, GI issue and they die? Now you're advocating people to murder people because you're getting charged for murder for that. You're not getting charged with, I tried to give them diarrhea.
Yep.
If they die, you murdered them. And like these, and I mean, it's not just women, but it's primarily the women that are filming themselves.
Right.
It's pretty clear to me that they've had zero consequences in real life. Like none. And they must also hate their lives.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know how you record yourself saying shit like this. Like, I'm going to record myself.
Look, she's got a stethoscope on in her scrubs. Like
she's at work advocating
she's in
for
like
crime.
The break room. There's someone in the background who's like, "Oh gosh, like okay, whatever your name is, you seem kind of crazy." But she's saying this openly while recording herself at her workplace. Like that doesn't seem like a rational, logical, trustworthy person to me.
So that one got fired too?
She just, They posted this about an hour ago. We prioritize the health and safety of anyone who comes to us for care. We are aware of a series of videos that appear to have been posted by an individual confirmed to be an employee of our health system. The content of these videos is highly inappropriate and does not reflect the integrity and values of our health system. VCU police are assisting with the investigation. Per policy, while the investigation is underway, the individual is also on administrative leave and will not be allowed in our facilities or interacting with patients. Like, you're opening yourself up to a massive lawsuit.
That's what I was thinking. Because what if somebody just received care from that nurse and then had some other ailment.
What if they
and
made
then
it
they
up?
could say, wait, what if I know they could even make it up.
Right.
Hey, received there is evidence online of this nurse saying this stuff, and all of a sudden I have these symptoms. They did that to me. I'm suing this hospital.
Right. Someone pointed out in chat yesterday that the anesthesiologist who was terminated, who was saying like, I won't, treat MAGA people. There's a debate over like, is he in his rights as a contractor? Is he obligated? But anyone who has gotten sort of any kind of issue, had any issue with malpractice, who was injured during the course of their treatment involving his anesthesia, like potentially they have a lawsuit on their hands.
Yeah. Yep. And probable cause to where it would be premeditated. And then what'll happen is he can't have malpractice insurance anymore, so he'll never work again. It's crazy. Our sergeant says, I hope you all understand that these people are developing a genocidal mentality. Even our unborn children are not safe for these people around. I agree. I mean, I have no longer, I think I talked about it the other day. I no longer give these people the benefit of the doubt. And if you're recording these videos and you're uploading them on the internet, it's one thing if some idiot gets drunk and he says something stupid. If you are clearly sober, recording this stuff, uploading it to the internet, I want the police to visit you. And I want whatever charges that are fair to whatever you may have said to be applied. I want you fired. I want you ostracized from society. And I want real world consequences, because I think these people have just lived in a world where they've never had consequences for the insane shit they say and do. And so, I mean, just imagine uploading yourself, telling other people to commit violent crimes, uploading it to TikTok like it's just any other day. It's crazy to me. Ken, thank you for sending a membership over on YouTube as well. Yeah, she had to go to the hospital in the middle of an ice storm, and I had to stay with the newborn. Oh, okay. Well, still based and good dad. Let's shout out dad too. Shout out dad. Imagine you were right there with the catcher's mitt. Catch the baby when it comes out. Like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yep. Got a cigar going. Nathan, Jeremy,
Yes,
you
that's
use
what you want for a newborn baby. Cigar smoke.
yeah, you use that to intubate patients so that they're not breathing as you try to put in a breathing tube. Oh, even better. Oh yeah. Wait, dads get a cigar when their baby is born. Just get a bubblegum one then. You give them a bubblegum one. Yeah.
I mean, cigar if you smoke it outside, right? Like, it is a night store. Maybe don't, risk your baby's lungs right away.
I think I'd probably get in more trouble for taking a 25-minute cigar break after my wife just gave birth than smoking a cigar inside.
You don't know.
That would be. I might as well
Women
just
get
slide it
very
up inside.
possessive and protective of their babies. The hormones are crazy and amazing.
Yeah. Steve says the lunatic nurse in Virginia is a cause and effect of electing an attorney general, Jay Jones, who fantasized about killing Republicans and his kids. Yes, that guy too.
Yeah.
We should have used Greenland for these psychos. Yeah, I mean, we still could. We still absolutely could. We still absolutely positively could. By the way, thanks everyone for tuning in. We've definitely been building up some steam. I've got another topic, but just once in the stream, I'd like to recommend the number one way you can support us is either by joining Rumble Premium, which means you'll get no ads on Rumble anymore, plus access to premium content and support the show, link in the description below, or by joining as a member on thequartering.com. Essentially, you buy us a beer a month. So for $5 a month, you can join us and support the show. You can join the members only Discord, DM with me directly. I answer them almost every single day. I'm in the chat, and so much more. But really, it's about supporting the show. So if you're open to it, please go to either rumble.com/thequartering/premium or premium/thequartering, links in the description, or go to thequartering.com and go to /join and join there today. Hopefully 5 of you will join today. We had a couple people join yesterday, which is great. It definitely goes a really long way to supporting the show. I thought I had this other topic, but where is this? Yeah, women be crazy. I think I had another women be crazy one here. Yeah, by the way, agents in Minnesota are now under new orders. Do not arrest non-criminal illegal aliens. Even when a simple license plate check. This is what people are saying about the White House caving. This is from Nick Sorter this morning.
One of the stories that I've unfortunately been hearing this morning is that Border Patrol agents have now been given new orders not to, for example, if they were to run a license plate and it comes back as that person is an illegal that Border Patrol was forced to let into the country under Joe Biden, they are no longer allowed to arrest that person.
And is this
even
the first
though they
time?
know for a fact that's illegal?
Is this new information that you're just bringing to light right now? That these new orders? Okay. And I don't want you to reveal your sources, but you have someone who you trust on this. You believe this is a matter of official, actual approach and policy now.
This actually came from two separate Border Patrol agents on the ground in.
This is what Tom Homan was sent there to do.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know. Like I reported last night, and Tim reported last night that Bovino was out, and people were raging at me saying that wasn't true. That wasn't true.
He was out.
I think he not just out, but that they had eliminated his position and that he was going to go back to California and retire shortly. Nobody has debunked that. People were spamming my reply saying, well, the White House press secretary said that, but that was a video from 5 hours before this new report. Bovino was out. As far as I know, nobody has confirmed anybody, and nobody has confirmed right now. Yeah, he had planned to retire in a year anyway. I think he was a fall guy. I think they were like, we're going to get you out. You can retire with like all your benefits and stuff. Bovino is kind of known for his hard-nosed tactics, which is what we want. But
I also don't know that I would call it like, I mean, I guess a fall guy does work, but it seems like part of the strategy of trying to de-escalate and keep ICE officers safe is to be like, okay, look, we're going to bring in somebody different, a change in leadership. Like this doesn't seem, this could happen in any, I don't want to compare it to a war because that's not what's happening, but it's sort of a strategic decision, right? Like this guy's been at it for a little while. He has developed some hostility there on the ground. You kind of have to shake up things to make sure they're still productive. I don't think this is necessarily a condemnation of him. It's just something that needs to happen because the pattern of escalation is in place.
Yeah, I just think, well, Tom Homan just moves a little bit differently. He is a little more diplomatic, and that's not what I want. I want skulls cracked, but I understand there is politics in everything, and here's the thing. If you have, I will like simp for it a little bit and say, if you have 20 million illegal aliens or 10 million illegal aliens and 5 million of them are, or 2 million of them are criminals, fine, start with them. Fine. Fine. That's not what I voted for. I wanted all of them out. But if you need to turn the temperature down for a little bit, fine. But,
I just want the reduction of illegal immigration in the city, but I also want the ICE agents to get home safe, Right. And I can understand where sometimes you have to bring in a new general to redirect and regroup. I don't think it's like giving up the goal, but it's fair to be like, okay, this is not going smoothly. So we have to think strategically about how we can get back towards our mission. Yeah,
I guess I still see it as an L.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I think the thing too is we don't want to reward the behavior that's been going on with these protests and all of this stuff either. So we don't want a situation where then they're like, oh look, we got to win out of this. Let's keep doing that. Let's do this to more ICE agents and all of this stuff. So I think it's a delicate situation. It's tough, but I don't want them to feel like they got to win out of this and are encouraged to do more of it.
Yeah, and then they definitely are positioning it as that. The left is positioning this as a huge win. Thank you, Bobby. But we were barreling towards a dead ICE agent. I think if the operations had persisted at the high level that they were, we're barreling towards an assassinated ICE agent. And we might still be. I still don't know if we have any more information on that ICE-involved shooting in Arizona. But we were barreling to, I'm fine giving it a week or two and then, getting right back at it, or move to a different state, deploy the still a very aggressive policy. then come back to Minneapolis, you know, in a month or something like that. Also, the ICE stuff in Minneapolis was taking away from the fraud stuff.
Sure.
So if ICE dials it back, then the headlines go back to the fraud, which I think is better for Republicans than the ICE stuff.
Right.
It's interesting. Hey, Papa, I can't let you up here anymore. I have a new chair.
What, you don't love him? You love your chair more than him?
Well, I've been having like hip and back problems, and it's because my other chair is big and I'm always leaning.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep myself upright. So I bought a smaller chair, but these arms don't go away. So I can't let him jump up here.
Poor
But
puppy.
the doctor said his ear infection went away.
Oh,
Yay! Yeah. So hopefully that's good. But anyway, I get it. Like it's a war, not a single battle. Maybe the left will say this is a win, but you know, if ICE stops the headlines in Minnesota for a couple weeks, then suddenly the fraud's back on the front lines, and maybe that's better. I don't know. I don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about it because the left is claiming victory. Like Gavin Newsom's out there tweeting about how great it is and blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know. Not for me.
I think we missed that it is a loss for them. Like they're saying, oh, well, this guy's gone and hooray, hooray. And, you know, whatever, celebrate your victories. But ICE is continuing its mission. I mean, the goal is to continue doing this, which, you know, I think is good. I don't care who gets it done. I care that it gets it done.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You know, I'm noticing that Nick is actually on Viva Fry right now, so maybe I'll kick us over to them. But let the people know where they can follow your stuff and support your stuff independently before we do that.
You can follow my work on Rumble, YouTube, and X. It's all Hannah Claire B. I do videos on news, cultural analysis. I'm always happy to be a part of Estrocast. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's hannahclaire.b. And yeah, I appreciate all the support, all the subscribers. It makes a huge difference as I am growing. Melanie, where can they find you?
Yay! You guys can find me at Melanie Mac, where I got my gaming streams. I'll be continuing Bloodborne tonight. You can also find me at Bible Time with Melanie Mac, where I've got Bible verse of the day every single day. And then on Instagram at Melanie Mac, where I've got reels and fun stuff going on there.
Same here. Wherever you're watching, please follow there. I'm also on Instagram at The Quartering News. You can see dedicated shorts and reels that I started uploading there now every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. So you can always get unique content there. And I promise no food pictures, unlike Melanie Mac, who posts food pictures.
I do that
She's
a lot.
one of the worst of the
Jeremy,
worst.
eat first, Jeremy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna kick it over so you guys can see Nick over on Viva. So go say hi to Viva, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow at 2 Eastern. Back live.